everyone, it's Rob Sachetto. How are you all doing tonight? I've got a full full table of things that I must do drawing wise. We are drawing zombies today, as if you didn't know. And I've got a lot of stuff on the go as usual. I've, of course, done some new things and have finished some other things. Which I think I did last episode. So, yes, I think I finished some things last episode, too, that we had been working on. But, yeah, now it's on to I've got to get these done, man. I've got to get these done. I've got to get these Zombie Pinup Divas done. And you know what? If you're into like that, super detailed inking style and this is for you, because this is the kind of detail and stuff I kind of put in, like that I ink in. So if you're a fan of that, stick around, because this is what I'll be kind of doing tonight. How y'all doing, guys? Rob Sachetto, inventor of zombie portraits, writer and illustrator behind the Zombie Handbook, drawer of more zombies than anyone on planet Earth. I could go on. I've had a great career drawing zombies primarily, and I think I've actually done more zombie drawings than anyone on planet Earth. Which, is kind of cool. I don't think about it, but, it's interesting. I just love the genre a lot, and I think I still have a lot to say, in the zombie genre that I haven't done already. So, and I love it, too. I love it. So, yes, it's been very kind to me, and as have you, the viewers and the subscribers, and people who check out Zombie Daily for the daily zombie drawing that I've been doing since 2008. So I've been keeping that up on a daily basis since 2008. A lot of that stuff is on Zombie Daily, so check that out. The link is in the description below, of course. Find it there. So I'm kind of just blackening in a lot of areas that I do want to be darker. So I'm using this thicker brush pen, but I'm doing so in a sort of sloppy way so I can add detail if I wanted to. But I want it to be sort of dark in the middle, down the side, giving her more contrast, the hair, and definitely thicken up these holding lines that I started. Man, I must have been totally carefree, care and fancy free when I was doing this one. Like, that's a very scratchy art style. See, that's the thing. Like, I was in that mood, I guess, right? So I was doing a very scratchy style. It's not bad, but I think it's a bit too loose. Too loose. Too loose. Yeah, but I gotta embolden the lines. Oh, sorry. Embolden the lines. Yeah. Well, because, too, you want some depth, right, and weight. So, to your drawing, right? There. With the crunchy carrot. No, that's chicken. So I hope you guys are having a great week so far. My goodness, it's Wednesday already. I had a bit of I had to be anesthetized today for a minor procedure, and so yeah, I was like super groggy all day. So I kind of slept all day almost. Yeah, couldn't concentrate. Yeah, it was felt fine except for that. That was pretty. So if I if I nod off in the middle of this broadcast, it's because I'm suffering the effects of the anesthesia. There we go. Again, nice thick inks to show more weight and depth. Putting that holding line on top of things within the image show their distance from the image, right? Too. So with that thicker line, it looks like it's on top of that object rather than part of it or whatever. So having that little shadow there, shows that. Okay. Yeah. 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 And then, you can put the wee bit of it there and wee bit of it there too. And again, it shows weight to the line, fabric, whatever. Surface of that. Yeah, this is what I was like, huh? Yeah, you went too far, buddy. Yeah, something. I think I scorched out over here somehow. This is all fine. This is okay, but this is messy. I'll have to sort of blend. I mean, it's not like I notice it. I don't know if anybody else notices it. I'm sure other artists would notice it because it looks, yeah, it looks rather sketchy, even for a sketch. You know what I mean? So yeah. But we're gonna do some real. And yeah, man, I got so many Zombie Pinups, man. Yeah, to do. Because I gotta have the 1100th one by the 1100th one done by Halloween, because that's what I promised everyone. So I have to get that done. So here's another one I just did, like just before this broadcast. Yeah, man. This one. Yeah, these two I did before turning the camera on. And then I've got these from, I don't know, two days ago, I guess. Yeah, and then some are inked too. Oh yeah, I'm all over the place. But man, I'm trying to get them done. And it's not like I don't love doing them. I just have had a lot of jobs lately, so just cuts into the zombie daily stuff a wee, and cons where I don't kind of do this material. So yeah, that kind of a little bit bites into it too, the timing on these. So yeah, because I can't kind of do these drawings at conventions, They might be considered a little bit racy or whatever for kids, Yeah, so I don't do the zombie pinups at conventions. Yeah. I like doing the Pokemon ones. I really like doing the Pokemon ones. Used to be Heads of the Living Dead, but I like doing the Pokemons for the simple fact that they're basically the same as doing the Heads of the Living Dead in what I have to do, but people recognize them more, and I like that angle of it too, and even if they don't, and even if they wouldn't do it for the Heads of the Living Dead, just the fact that I'm working on something is always good. If you're at a con and you're an artist, yeah, work on your stuff if you can at your booth or table or whatever. Yeah, That's a very good suggestion. I'm kind of in keeping with whoever inked this other stuff. I mean, it was me, but it was a version of me that was very sketchy and wild. Yeah. I don't know what was I on. I don't know where I was there, but that's what I mean, man. Your art is always going to be unique. Because sometimes you don't even know where it's going to go, and that's an awesome thing. So I always encourage people to draw, just for fun, fun at first, and if it turns into something more, then if you can, let it. If you can't, don't sweat it, man. There's no stakes involved. And picking up a pen, picking up a sketchbook, pen and paper, combo of some kind, and go out there and sort of draw, in your mean time, in your spare time. Just nature or people or whatever, It just it's fun. Or just head down, draw your own things that you think of, I'm just saying draw from life, because it's just good to do that anyway, as an artist. So getting some practice in, and being creative or whatever, it's all good, like for real. Yeah, I was really wow, I was really out to lunch on this one, or at least on a different level, when I was inking these branches and stuff. Whoa. Okay, you know what? I think I'm gonna I think I am gonna put a lot of them in darkness, because that's what I was kind of supposed to do. And I'm like, yeah, I think I put too much into those. So I'm actually I'm gonna darken them a bit. And again, it's what I wanted to originally do, because I wanted her to pop off of that. So yeah, I'm gonna make it a bit darker. I'm gonna darken some of this unnecessary, almost weird detail. And yeah, I don't know what I was doing when I was doing this. Or maybe this was even another time, because I've had this drawing on the go for like a few days with a bunch of other ones, right? So, yeah. But yeah, I'm definitely putting in the, thick line and very dark interior there. And it might even be darker, because I want to show that, contrast. And I'm actually going to go darker in there. Yeah. Maybe a couple of leaves. Couple of leaves here like that too. And I can fix them up in I can fix them up in post, which means I'll get to them with a different pen. But yeah, it's all, and this is a Stadler. This is a Stadler pigment brush pen. So yeah, if you guys are watching this and going, oh, you know what, that looks like I could probably do that. Pick up one of those Stadler pigment pens, and draw along with me, and we can create things, man. And it doesn't have to look like what I'm doing or anything. You can do your own, but if the theme is like, say, zombie pinups, draw along with me and see if you could do one, or see if you want to do one, or just even draw, Then you can show me and I'll put it on Zombie Daily. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. You know what? That's so much better. Like, that's so much pops because of the dark, because of the contrast there. Oh my goodness, I need coffee. And you guys are seeing it all happen, you know, kind of like before your eyes. It's very much a thing that I'm working out as I'm finishing, you know. Just wanted to check the chat there. Okay, good. Oh, wait a minute. What time is it? No. Oh, yeah, it is 9:13. Oh, my clock is wrong. Oh, no. How did that happen? I thought I was an hour early. I'm like, what? That can't be right. There. And again, I'm going to try to do that, you know, on the front too. Darkness in the bushes until there isn't any. There we go. Like that right there really makes a huge difference. Again, more contrast, right? Popping the image out, popping the subject out from the, you know, background type of thing. And then, you know, of course, adding the holding line around the figure to make it pop more. Pop. Pop, pop. Yeah. There. Yeah. Yeah, so we're drawing Zombie Pinup Divas from the massive series. They will be celebrating their 1100th Zombie Pinup Diva post drawing this Halloween. So Zombie Pinup Diva number 1100 will drop Halloween, and make it part of your Halloween festivities, man. Check it out. Check out the new art. And yeah, if you want to experience Halloween all year round with scary stuff, check out Zombie Daily every day, and every day will become Halloween. It's true. Do zombie art on there every day. How can you go wrong? So yes, please check that out. The link is in the description below, of course, where it always is. You know what? I'm not going to plug any swag or anything like that. But like seriously, if you want to check out my t-shirt shop, and you know what? The only reason I'm even talking about that, honestly, because I don't really make much money out of it, but the quality is great, and man, do they ever have a lot of sales. Like they do the $16 t-shirt, and I'm like, man, I've never said, that is super cheap, man, to me anyway, for something like that, because the quality is really good, and man, there's so many options, like style, color, size, and all of that. Like, it's just baffling to me, that whole business, you know. But it seems like $16 for a t-shirt with your, like, you know, specific image on it that you can choose from billions. Like, that's awesome, man. You know. So yeah. Anyway, I'm on that TeePublic site. So yeah, there's some cool designs on there, man. Some cool designs on there. So if you want to check that out, you know, please do. They're very the designs are kind of very different from what you'd expect, I think. I don't know. They're all made by me. I think I think they look very economical and good. But you be the judge of that. Check it out. Check out my t-shirt shop. Check out the designs. You know, and buy something, don't buy something. Whatever, man. It's not, you know, that's not the point of of you know, leading you astray into it, man. No, it's just really different stuff, and you know, I don't really show that stuff I don't think I've ever really shown a lot of that stuff on this channel even, but maybe I should. Well, you know what? If you like the art, you want to see more art, right? So, yeah, check out Zombie Daily. Check out Zombie Daily. It's baffling. It's baffling the amount of diverse zombie art from all across, like, pop culture and everything else. You know, like, yeah, man. Use that search bar like Google, and you'll never know what you'll find, man. But I've probably done it. I've probably done it. Yeah. Yeah. a girl I used to be friends with on Facebook, who was in Russia, legit. It was a legit thing for real. She was an artist there, whatever. And where was I going with that? Oh, darn it. Something about names. Oh, well, I can't remember now. But yeah, she was a really great artist too. I should probably. Oh yeah, I can't. Yeah. Oh, social media. Yeah. Hope you guys are having a great night. Hope you're digging the drawings. I'm in ink mode. I'm in the inking mode. You know what I was going to do? I don't know when Marvel Zombies is coming out, or if it is out. I don't know if it's out yet. But I was thinking of doing some Marvel Zombies, like from scratch. In sort of along with the, you know, cartoon or animated sort of, I guess, series, Marvel Zombies. I think it's a series. I don't think it's a movie. I think it's a series. So yeah, that's coming out. And I was thinking of maybe doing some, you know, Hulk, Spider-Man, like from scratch. Like we would just do Marvel Zombies from scratch in a live stream. So maybe the next one I will actually do that. You know, because I think Marvel Zombies is coming out like really soon, if it isn't already. Yeah, I don't think it is yet. But yeah, I love zombifying superheroes, man. That's a lot of fun. You know? Yeah. It just, again, you know what? My fatal flaw with that is, I never remember costumes, man. Like, I never remember how costumes go. Like, if I don't have reference of it, I can't do it. Like, even Wolverine, like, I'm like, oh, I get the brown one and the blue and yellow one, and there was another one, I think. I get them all confused, and I'm like, I don't know if it even matters to some people, but, you know, even Captain America or Spider-Man, you know, and these are comics I've bought forever. Like, they're in my collection, right? And I've seen and I've read and whatever, and I just can't remember their costumes when I'm drawing them, you know. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. It's really weird. Yeah, I think this is going to be sort of frenetic. There. Yeah. Yeah, because I think she'll be solid, but the background is sort of, yeah, maybe in the mist or something almost. Now, you know what? If I did that, I would show that more. That would be very cool. I think I'll do that. You know what? That's a great idea. I've never really done Zombie Pinup Divas with like a misty sort of look. So maybe I'll try that in the next couple. You know, if it works. Yeah, because you know it's all about the change up, man, and doing new things. You know, trying to do new things. Trying to do new things. Yeah, there. I think that's a lot tighter, and I'm gonna get in there and actually use a nib, or sorry, a what do you call it, a pigment liner pen to tighten that up a little bit. I think, yeah. But in the meantime, just adding the thick holding line. See how much that pops the character out from the background, right? So, yeah. Yeah. even with the facial features, I kind of went a little batty. Well, they work though. They work. Everything works. Everything works. With the crunchy carrot. No, that's chicken. There. Now that's gonna be dark because zombie. Dark because zombie. And I think that looks pretty good. I think that looks pretty good. I'm gonna actually, yeah, put that little curve. Man, it's an almost imperceptible curve to the teeth, showing like where they're going in her skull, and you know, it's almost hard to describe like the angle you need for that, because it's so instinctual. Like it's one of those things where you go, okay, it kind of just needs that little, and now it looks like those teeth are going back into her lips and gums, you know, with that little line. So yeah, you know, little things like that, right? And that's the sensitivity, you know, that's the sensitivity of that part, you know, being really sensitive with your art. That's when I do critiques of other artists and stuff. I often, you know, cite that really, really, you know, huge but subtle attention to like a detail, you know. Yeah, I think this. Yeah, so the sensitivity of, you know, drawing a certain part. Something to sort of keep in mind when you're inking. What's this old fool talking about? Old fool. Old fool. There. That's a very, very much of a Frank Miller type of inking technique for that kind of structure, you know, like that. Yeah. Dark, and kind of like a slinky, you know, but it totally works. It totally works. because then you can change the direction, you know, and make it really look like it's cylindrical, you know. Anyway, yeah, just little things like that. And this is why I love comic book artists so much, because they've distilled reality into few lines. And it's very difficult to do that. You know, it's very difficult to do that. Like, you really have to sort of know how to do that. I think that's a huge, I think that's like simplification, but getting the entire sort of point across, or all the even detail across in minimal line that's such an incredible art in itself. Like, just that, you know, the simplification, you know, because that's really tough to do, I find. You know, I think I just have to really get into the mindset of that to draw like that, like to draw with that sort of really minimalist line weight and, you know, detail and stuff. Anyway, it's one of those things you think about when you draw. Guys, I hope you've been digging the live streams and Zombie Daily, where all the zombie art goes to. There'll be a heck of a lot more coming up. One might say. I will next be at CreatureCon. Wow, in a week and a half. I think it's September. Go to the website. I can't remember what the date is now. Oh, that's awful. 27th, 28th, I think. 27th, 28th, I think, is CreatureCon. Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, I think it's. I think it is 27th, 28th. Yeah. Which is not this weekend, but next weekend. Yeah. So that's crazy. I can't wait. It's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna be there. You can watch me draw in real life. Seen it, done it, cares. You can see me draw in real life. I'll be there. Right in the lobby, I believe. I'm stationed, so right when you open that door, you see my dumb smiling face. So yeah, check me out. Check me out there, and much more. Oh man, Bill Moseley, Dave Sheridan, Michael Berryman, Felicia Rose. Man, it's a packed house, man. Yeah, check it out. So many vendors too at the Ramada. Is it the Ramada? I think it's the Ramada. Yeah. Yeah. Too big for one building, man. So it's it's massive. So it's gonna be like almost a festival of horror and zombie fun for sure. Don't miss it. That's the highlight. It's the highlight of the season, you know. So yeah, check that out. And I'll see you. There. So there we go. A little bit of inking here, a little bit of inking there, and you know, we have some nice details, some nice contrast. We have some wonderful lush inks, you know, and some precision inks, some scribbly inks, all kinds of stuff going on in there, you know, which is wonderful. And then it's like, it's almost like painting where you go, okay, I need a little bit more of that there. So you sort of add something, and I need a little bit more of this there, and you know what, that looks like that would be great for this, and you sort of just add stuff. You look around. What do you need? You put it in. Yeah. Yeah. Precisely. What do you need? You put it in. Like darker. Oh, darn it. Sorry, guys. Darker as it goes downward. These are like sort of roots or branches, I'd like to maybe there. Yeah, some nice little hatching on those leaves, giving them some depth, and again a little bit of hatching on these little roots or branches or whatever. Filling that in because I needed to. Had to be filled in. There we go. So once again, we've got a nice sort of, and I think there's a few more little parts but we've got a nice combination of contrast and detail. I think going on in this one, over here you'll find. Yeah, I hope you guys have been having a great week so far. And I hope you guys are looking forward to spooky season 2, man. Yeah. I'm looking forward to that all the time. But then the year just blows right by right after that, I find, too. It's like it's over. Yeah. But show must go on, man. Show must go on. It'll be Zombie Portrait's 20th anniversary next year, so help me celebrate by getting a zombie portrait. That would be wonderful. Check out zombieportraits.com, of course, for that information. How you can get one. And it's like one step. So yeah, you send funds and photo to one place, and I'll hook you up with a zombie portrait. Real pen and ink, paint, watercolor, traditional materials, trad mats, yeah, so scientific. Trad mats. So yeah, we're gonna put a little bit more emphasis. Oh, again, yeah, I can't really bring it up any more than that because there's so much stuff back there. You saw the opening shot, right? It was just like pens everywhere. Yeah. So that's kind of what my my drawing table is like right now. Right now, always. Pretty much. So there we go. And this is pretty much done. Pretty much. Pretty much. There we go. Yeah. You know what? I kind of like that background. It doesn't look altogether normal, and I like that. Almost looks like a rib cage in there, and there's kind of weird. Like it looks like foliage, but it looks weird though. And I find everything kind of has that same motif, and I like that. I kind of leaned into it a little bit here, but I started noticing like, oh, this is very weird foliage and stuff, you know. Like this almost looks like a rib cage too, you know. And yeah, it doesn't look like any kind of foliage you've seen before almost. It's just this generic, almost weird plastic foliage almost. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I think. Feels like that to me. Like these feel like fake leaves, you know. And I drew them, right? I should know what I'm doing, right? I should know what that is. But like not knowing what, like just drawing them like that, to me they even look like fake leaves, you know. In like juxtaposed against all this other stuff that looks fake, you know. To me, anyway. You might look at that and go like, oh no, that looks like normal, like weird, you know, foliage, like leaves and branches and stuff like that. But I find it looks kind of weird. It looks made up, fake. You know, there's no reference used. You know. Yeah, I don't know. The things you think about when you draw, and I mean it's probably imperceptible to anyone else, but me. Like I'm looking at it like that, you know. Don't forget to put your name. There. There we go. How about that? And that's a I think finished Zombie Pinup Diva. There we go. And I really like it. I really like it. I think it turned out great. Yeah. I really think it turned out great. Exactly what you kind of want in a Zombie Pinup Diva type drawing. You know? And there we go. And there we go. So we'll put that one aside as completed. There. Put that aside as completed. Now, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Am I going to ink another one? Or am I going to draw another one? Okay, I think I'm going to maybe... Oh, geez there. I think I'm going to draw another one. Okay, so I'm going to draw another one here. Again, we've got the ripped clothing, you know, to hide the shame. Yeah. And can't have that. And then what would Gil Kane do for some of this stuff here? The knees, you know. But I'm gonna put some abrasions, and I like that really angular hip bone in there. So I'm gonna kind of lean into that too. And this is basically a life drawing, a drawing of a model, you know. In a pose that there's probably 10 trillion of these poses out there, but I thought this one was, you know, good, great angle, blah blah blah. I was like, okay, it's basically that, right? A life drawing. So, you know, if you don't have your own model, and it's so great, like, man, I should really, I've got this model kit for like actual. I should actually have a unboxing, but I have no idea what it is. It looks like a model kit, but it's like those little plastic model things. But it's from Japan though. So anyway, I'm gonna maybe do an unboxing of that because yeah, like I've had it in my drawer forever, and I'm like, why am I not using that thing? You know, obviously, it's great to have a model, but failing that, photos or whatever are the next best thing, clearly, right? So, yeah, you go online and you find X number of poses and stuff. They come up everywhere, right? So, yeah, they're not there's no shortage of. But you know what? Here's the thing, like especially for the zombie pinup divas that I do, I don't want them to be like explicit or anything like that. Like, they're relatively tame. There's nothing really more than that about them. So, I've kind of kept it to that. Yeah. Although, yeah, the point is, I can pretty much draw anything that I want, and have a place to post it, and and sometimes you do it as a side hustle type of thing, and man, I don't even want to call it a side hustle because it's a thing I do. But the adult stuff that I do, I enjoy doing it because it's a completely different style of art, like entirely, So that's not me, man. That ain't me, man. It's me, but it's like a completely different thing. So I love the fact that I have an outlet for that art, and I can kind of, make money on the side, or make money on the side. I always think that's like such a bad thing because people have sort of, poo-pooed that kind of stuff, and I'm like, man, I love doing that stuff, doing that kind of, like, I love doing custom art for people and things like that, But I guess if you do that, you're not a real artist or something. I don't know. I don't know anything about what being a real artist means. I'm just 1,000% who I am, and like it's a bit weird because, as I mentioned in another live stream, I do comics, but I'm not a comic book artist, so I'm not in that world. I'm an illustrator. Like, I illustrate stuff, but I'm not like an illustrator by trade either, or any of those things. So where does that leave me? In terms of like how am I going to be described as an artist, right? So because it's more than just being like I freelance, of course, but because I love that, but with parameters, of course, but like zombie portraits and the whole zombie daily thing and everything is my main thing that I love the most, so yeah, like I will do like pet portraits, if someone asks, because I love doing those. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna not do those because I'm this kind of artist. You know what I mean? So I never understood how that worked. If you're a certain type of artist, you're like that or whatever. So I don't know. But I just literally always felt like an outsider. Like, without trying to be like, without trying to be like, I'm an outsider. Like, I've just always been, like, that's just always what I've been. I'm an outsider to, like, kind of everything, So, it's just funny that is that way. I'm an outsider. Yeah. He doesn't play by the rules. That's enough. That's enough. Those kind of looks good. Maybe without an eyeball. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and yes, with more darkness under the eyes. Yeah, there. All right. Yeah, doing that face, like wanting to get that face right, and have it have a little bit of dimension. Yeah, because it's angled, right? So there. Again, working it out with the pencil. You got, like, again, this was a very quick sketch. As you can see, very, like, everything that this was just done, like, right now, but this was a very quick sketch, of course, to get it done, and to, get another one in the can type of thing. So yeah, doing them pretty quickly, for the most part, from the screen. Like I said, I use a lot of photographs from models, I guess, or any kind of pose, really. It doesn't have to be like any kind of pose. If I see a cool pose, I'll go like, oh, that'd be great for a Zombie Pinup Diva drawing, So yeah, and there's not not every pose is a good pose too, So you have to kind of be, picky when it comes to things, right? So. Yeah, I love doing these because they're pure, like, pen and ink Wonderland stuff. It's just, you're just doing pen and ink stuff, and it's just so fun. It's so relaxing to me, because I've got, like, everything's kind of done, and now I'm putting in all the details and things like that with the inks, and sharpening everything up, So yeah, I love doing that, and that's coming right up. Maybe I'll pencil one more, and then I'll do an inking blitz. Because, yeah, like I said, I got to get these done. I really do. I really got to get these done. Because I promised everyone for months that I would have the 1100th one up on Zombie Daily on Halloween. So now it's like a race to Halloween, man. I think I've got 16 more to do. 16, I think. Yeah. So, yes, I'm getting a little nervous. Yeah. Getting a little nervous. Yeah, because these are done, but they're not even close to being finished. They're not inked, So, yeah, I still have to ink them. So let's do one more. Let's do one more. Which one do I feel like kind of doing? With the crunchy carrots. No, that's chicken. Okay, check the chat. The chat. Oh yeah, my clock's not good. Oh my goodness, that's so good. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay, so it's almost 10. It's almost 10. Okay, which one do I want to do? This one, this one, this one, or this one. Huh. Which one? Maybe this one. I'll do this one. Yeah, I'll do that one. Finish the pencils, and then we'll start inking. Yeah, because I don't think this will take too long. I don't think this will take too long. Triangles for leaves. Yeah, put leaves in there. And some, as I'm making it up, some, what do you call it, roots, or yeah, roots, I guess. Yeah. And then that's where the detritus, I think, is probably going to be leaves, like dead leaves and stuff, and maybe the odd branch. Yeah, I like that. I like the idea of branches in the leaves. That's good. I like that. I'm going to keep that. And again, like it's you know, you're kind of working it out. You're working it out. How's it going? We're working it out. We're working it out. So that's what we're doing. We're working this out. And I like the pose. I like the simplicity of this. I like the simplicity of this. There. Hip bone. Yeah, there we go. There, that's better, I think. Yeah. And then this. So for this, I use for this for this drawing, I used well, obviously I used a model. Like there's, you know, a photo of a model or whatever on the internets, and but I changed a lot of it too. So yeah, sometimes I do that as well. Well, I mean, obviously I change a lot of it because I do like the zombie thing to it, but you know, and like 95% of the time, if not all of the time, it works 60% of the time. No, the face is absolutely unrecognizable. Like I'm just using the pose, nothing more. Like really, like I'm changing more stuff, like even in the sketch, than I like, you know, and then I continue to do so in the finished drawing. So it's just the in case people are like, oh, you're stealing models' photos, and it's like, well, those poses aren't new, man. Like no one owns a pose. I'm not stealing the photo in any way. I'm just using a pose. So like, there's no, it's just a life drawing, man. It's a life drawing out of billions. Has nothing to do with the model or anything. It's just, that pose is great. Like, to draw it, there it is. And like I said, I mostly, if not always, change it so it has nothing to do with the model at all. Just the pose itself. The outer shape, basically, an angle, like an angle, is also very cool. I like angles that are different and interesting and stuff. So, because I've done Zombie Pinup Diva drawings where the person was in a, or the Zombie Pinup Diva was in a coffin, so I or underground, or in a grave or whatever. So there was a lot, or coming out of the ground, So there's a lot of changes to, some of the photos I have used over the years, Some really, fun changes to the things, So, yeah. Yes. And that's why I like to draw. And you're watching me draw and create. I'm just doing this as we go, basically. And you're watching me sort of create the thing unplanned, unrehearsed, completely live, and I'm kind of doing it as I go. And this is how I kind of do it, guys. This is how I go about doing drawings. And these in particular, the Zombie Pinup Divas, are the ones we're kind of more doing tonight. Because I've got a deadline to meet for real, which is Halloween, and I have to have 1,100 of them have been posted on Zombie Daily. So I made that goal, I made that promise, and I have to do it. So that's why I'm really that's why I'm really doing a lot of the Zombie Pinup Divas tonight, to try to get some headway on those. Because too, I've been very busy doing conventions and zombie portraits, so that too. So doing cons, I don't normally do, zombie pinups at cons because, I don't want to bring this kind of stuff to family events type of thing. I kind of don't want to have that scene there. Versus doing a zombie Pokemon, I think there's no contest there. Not only do the kids love that, it's not like pinup stuff. So no, I don't do the pinup stuff at conventions for that reason. Because I don't want parents to be offended or uncomfortable is more the thing, and I don't want to ever make anyone feel uncomfortable about what I'm drawing at my table type of thing, unless I'm there for that. Make these people feel uncomfortable. Gotcha, Chief. Let me just take this sketchbook out. There, hey. Yes, the busyness has come to a busy boil, man, because of the current time of year, right? So, but man, it really started early this time. almost 2 months ago, and yeah. So I've been very and I ain't complaining, man. I ain't complaining. You know, I just simply, don't have time for some things, and that's kind of it, really. But it's all good, man. It's all good. Want to be doing more zombie portraits, guys? Yeah, get a zombie portrait if you haven't gotten one already. I hear of so many people that who have gotten them from others, and oh, they love it. It's here in their house, and yeah, people tell me about other people's their zombie portrait experience, rather. So it's so fun to hear that stuff. Oh, my uncle's got this zombie thing he did in his garage, and yeah, that was the latest one from I think last weekend, man. But man, I love hearing those stories. When people tell me where I've been, like where my art has been and how it's presented and stuff. So people hold their zombie portraits in very high regard. And I don't blame them, because they are original and very, very personal, very custom. So, yeah, get yourself a zombie portrait, guys. Zombieportraits.com will get you there, and I will get you a zombie portrait. I just finished doing 5 brand new ones the last couple of days. The last, actually, couple of live streams too. So if you want to check those out, be my guest. They are here. You'll actually see me do not the absolutely traditional zombie portrait, but zombie portraits nonetheless. And those are more like floating head ones. But man, I love doing that too. That's a bit of a challenge too, because the simplification process. But I show you all about that. I talk all about that and actually show you all about that in the live streams. So it goes over 2 episodes, so to speak, and you'll see how I do them. You'll see how I do the zombie portraits. If you wish, it's there. And if you guys could, please subscribe to the channel. I cannot tell you how important that is, and I cannot tell you how overwhelmed and overjoyed I am to have seen the new subscription numbers. And oh my goodness, we're almost there, and it almost feels tangible now, So yes, I can't thank you guys enough for subscribing. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. I think you can tell how it makes me feel when people do. It's number one. It's really awesome. It really does get you in the higher echelon of the algorithm stream. Gets more eyes on your work and on your message. And my message is of absolutely do what you want. And if you'd love to try art, I'm here to take you through it. And I'm here to guide you, and I encourage you to do it. But it's you the boss, man. You the boss. So if you like to just watch me draw zombies and stuff, that's cool too, man. Or turn the volume down and just watch me draw zombies until you fall asleep. Yeah. The therapeutic effects of art. Oh yeah, I like that. Okay, good. Yes. But what I didn't like, and this is gonna be covered. Yeah, see, you don't want any lines intersecting from different planes. So I had to take that marker out more and push this branch out more, and like that just happened. So I did not plan on that at all, but I like that because it's not this, it's something else, but it does the same job. Yeah, because these are branches from this tree sort of like knocked down, and this is a root or branch that's like, coming out of the ground and twisting in the air and making that, doing that same movement, basically, that same trajectory. Yeah, So there, and then this branch does that same thing too. So that counteracts everything and balances everything also. So you see how just even something this simplistic and chauvinistic or whatever you want to call it, I just call it art, man. I just call it art, and I love it. And matters not to me what the subject is, if it's drawn well, or interestingly. I enjoy it. So, and I hope you guys do too. I hope you guys do too. And this is the keeping art real, man. I'm keeping art real, and I mean that. Like, it's not a tagline or anything. I'm keeping art real. Like, anything that's computer generated is not real. Like, it exists as a digital thing only. But traditional art is real. It's real. It's tangible. You can feel it. You can touch it. You can smell it. You could set it on fire if you want. But it's real. And I am keeping art real by doing this. And I encourage you to do the same. I encourage you to do the same. It's a lot of fun. It's very personal. You're not being judged on it. It's something to be used for relaxation purposes only. If you feel you want to excel in doing it, and if you want to draw betterer, then check out a page like mine where I'm kind of showing you the tools and how they're used and what they do. More importantly, what they do on your paper. What they do and what kind of paper you're using and why are you using that paper. Those things kind of happen later. But if you want to just grab a dollar store sketchbook, pencil, pen. Get a mechanical pencil. Those are best because you don't have to have a pencil sharpener and then have all the little pieces of wood and stuff. Unless that's your jam, man. If you want to go old school, that's fine with me too. Like, I'm just saying, if you're mobile with your materials, you want to go like as light as possible too, right? So, and you don't want to be having to throw stuff away inconveniently. However, I do believe that pencil shavings are absolutely fine for the environment. It's just graphite and wood. I don't think there's any harmful constituents in that, so I think it is biodegradable. I literally think of that kind of stuff. I literally do. I wouldn't toss stuff like that on the ground if I didn't think it was, not. And you know what, man? That's the kind of dumb I am. I just that's the way I am. I can't help that, right? And I know it's all for naught. I know that, but try telling dum that. Yeah. He ain't listening. Yeah, so we're gonna do a lot of nice, interesting little types of foliage in here too. I think. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, I like that. That's strong. I think it's nice and strong now. So her arm, I don't know, what was it doing? It was doing something else. But this is my arm. This is the arm I created, arm and hand I created for her. And what else? This foot was absolutely not like this. I can't remember what it was like though. But yeah, that's different. That's changed. This foot is different too, but closer to what the original model was posed like. But I did, like I said, I did change the arm here. That's my arm that I added, because I don't know what her arm was doing, but it was weird or out of frame or something. I just liked the pose. I thought the pose was had a nice slithery symmetry to it, you know. And I was like, yeah, I really like that pose. And I was like, wow, but the feet, because she was wearing boots, I think she was wearing boots. I think she was in she was in some kind of cosplay or something, and she had boots. So I changed that, you know, completely too. But yeah, so anyway, those are the changes. But everything else, except for, well, I think I changed this up top part here, which will be go unnamed. Which will go unnamed. Yeah, it's the worst thing ever. But yeah, that's different too. The hair probably a little different too. But again, the pose was. I loved how the knee went. It like was sort of over this knee here. You know, I love that. I love that area. So anyway, that's why I chose that as a really good pose, and it is a really good pose anyway too. You know, but I loved certain elements of it. You know, so yeah, that was definitely one that I wanted to kind of do, because of the extra elements. And I think, yeah, and it's a pretty unique pose too. It's not one that's sort of like done that often, because of the subtlety. So yeah, I thought, yeah, good one to use for sure. You know, and now I'm just putting in the foliage where it will go and how most of it will look. I gotta try some different leaf shapes. Yeah, because you could kind of, like, sky's the limit on that, really. Like, I mean, who's to say that leaf doesn't exist, right? Who's to say that leaf doesn't look like that? There's a billion different leaves out there, right? So you can say, oh, well, it looks like this, for example. You know, I just made a leaf there. You know, what is that? I don't know, but it's a leaf. There. Yeah. All right. So good. We've got two more penciled in, which is fantastic. Didn't I do another one? I didn't know. No. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Good. So perhaps we should start inking these, and I do have to, I think, fix up this too. Yeah, there's stuff to fix up on this too. Namely, a lot of the foliage is, wow, I think I just, what was I doing that night, man? Yeah, this is really loose. So I got to tighten a bit of this stuff up, because I must have been shimmying and shaking, man. No, I did this on purpose, but why? That's a thing, folks. Different times you have a different style, right? You sort of draw differently if you're feeling a certain way, right? So that can sort of come out, and yeah, because I'm looking at this and I'm like, man, this is really loose, you know. I'm not saying it's bad by any means. Like, sometimes being this loose is hard to get to, because it's so loose, like it's so like it really knows what it's doing, and it's making stuff up as it goes along. You know what I mean? And like it's in control but out of control at the same time. But I don't know what was going on that night, but I definitely drew this very loosely, or started inking this very loosely. And by the looks of it, I was doing a lot of the background too, because that's very wonky as well. Yeah, it's very out of character as well. So, yeah, man. Yeah, that's what happens sometimes. You're like, wow, that doesn't even look like my art, So, yeah, crazy. And that's where you can tell. It's like, oh, you're kind of going through something maybe, or something's on your mind, or like it could be a good thing too. Like it could be a really good thing too, right? I think people always kind of look for like the warning signs of something. But, if you're drawing and stuff, and you're drawing different ways, different days, that could be just because of your happiness levels or whatever. And the happiness level could show up in your art too. You could be drawing like a little more, I don't know, anything more florally or something, or with more curve. Who knows how it'll affect you, right? But if it doesn't go against the meaning of or the point of the drawing, or if it's a work drawing, always go with it, man. If you're just hacking around sketching and things like that, and you discover a weird new way that you enjoy drawing something, yeah, absolutely go with that. See where that leads you. Yeah, for sure. So I think what I'm gonna do here with these leaves. I think I'm going to use, because I'm not going to use a number 3 pigment liner on that. Come on. Got to get these done this year. I'm going to use, and it's not like I'm trying to do a cheap thing, but I'm trying to do a thing that's economical, And, yeah, I'm not going over the top here. What am I looking for? Where? Why? And why? Oh, I know why. Because they're camouflaged. There we go. See? As soon as I acknowledged its camouflagecation, I found it. Yeah. This is what I was looking for. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't even like the trajectory, I said. Trajectory of those leaves. So I'm gonna change them. I'm gonna change everything. Oh God. There we go. Changing of the leaves. The changing of the leaves. Yeah. The changing of the leaves, yeah. It's mine, it's all mine, copyrighted. Okay. The changing of the leaves. Oh yeah, and these little guys too. I like these, sorry? I like these little, what do you call them? Oh my goodness. Fiddleheads. Yeah. So here we go. This is what I'm kind of talking about with foliage. There's so many different, types of weeds and leaves and vines and plant life around that it makes up the most perfect background, especially for like these. Makes the perfect background. Makes for such perfect drawing substance for you. Like to go out and go out in the woods And not even that far. You don't have to go into the wood. Like, you don't have to make the day of it or anything. Just go into a wooded just go into a wooded area. Just go into a wooded area, why don't you? And, like, you know, anywhere, man. Like, the ditch in front of your house, even, I'm sure, holds wonders that you could draw, you know. So, yeah, like nature, man. Go out there and find some nice, you know, an old stump maybe that's rotting and it has leaves growing out of it, or fungus, or mushrooms, or grass, or whatever. You know, draw that stuff, man. Draw that stuff. And, you know, feel it, you know. Feel it. Touch it, feel it, touch it, do it. Yeah, like, you know, get the feeling of that texture so you can draw it even better, you know. But yeah, that's a fun thing that art does, is it sort of, you know, teaches you some things, learns you some things, how things are you know, structured, and how they're made, and the, you know, the weight of them, the texture of them, things like that. Like, that's part of a learning process, man. You know, and you're using a different part of your brain to access that stuff, to draw it, right? So it really helps to sort of chill out, chill the nerves, think on a different level, you know, a lot. And that's a huge thing, because I've been there. I know what you're thinking, man. You're probably going like, you know, yeah, after I get home from work or whatever, like, my brain is fried because I got that, you know, had to think of this, problem solved, blah, 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 whatever. And you don't want to do any more thinking. You want to just, like, turn your brain off. But, like, drawing is like turning your brain off and using a different part, like, you know, your brain's annex or whatever, man, like something brain adjacent, you know, this area of your mind that's sort of more free and fanciful, and sort of, you know, less concerned with things, and less concerned with tangible things, and more concerned with how you're going to draw that line, you know. What are you going to use to draw that line? Things like that, you know. How are you going to make that eye look? You know, stuff like that. So you're thinking on a totally different level, you know. There. And that was totally ad-lib too. That was spontaneous. I was not planning on that or anything. I thought that would look good there. And I think it kind of does. It goes with the motif. You know. And I like the way this branch goes up and comes out and does this. I really love that. That looks very, like, it feels to me that I've seen that before in nature, man. Like, I really feel like I've seen that. You know, that branch broken off like that and sort of rotting and or like cauterized by nature, by the sun, you know. Because yeah, you gotta think about that too. What is the wood gonna look like after, you know, the inside pulp, bark, and all that other stuff is sort of bleached? You know, it's gonna sort of crack inwards. You know, so you kind of don't know that until you know that. You gotta, you know, check out your local forest, and you know. And I'm telling you, man, it could be a little outcropping in a driveway that has like grass and trees and things in it. Like, there's definitely going to be some wonders in there, man, that you can draw. You know, yeah, you don't have to go far. Wooded area. Go to your nearest wooded area. Yeah, coming from me. Scary stuff. I know that it's scary stuff. yeah, there we go. We're going with some nice sort of spindly, like beanstalk type leaves. So adding that to the mix, you know, and that gives the drawing a little bit more weight because of that downward, and it's slight, but it's there, like, because of that sort of downward motion, trajectory. Treachery. There. Yeah. Some nice kind of root, indistinguishable. And you know what? Sometimes in nature too, things are literally indistinguishable. Because you'll see stuff and go like, there's no way that I could draw that, make it look like anything, because it's so weird. Like, what is that? You know? Yeah. Like trees, like trees going through fence wire and stuff like that. And, yeah, that stuff is so cool, man. You know? It's hard to sell if you're trying to draw that because it's so almost absurd, but you know, it's very cool to see in real life when nature sort of comes back to reclaim its stuff, you know. Yeah, it's very cool. It's very neat seeing that. You know, trees growing out of houses and stuff like that. I love that visual. You know, I love that visual a lot. You know. And it's not necessarily dystopian in terms of like I want everything like that. I just like it when it happens. And it's very cool to draw. I love that decay factor in life. You know. I'm a monster! A monster! And so forth. Yeah, so here we go, drawing a little page thing with the hair and the nudity and the stuff, posing. Yeah. This has got a bit too much stuff hanging there. He's got too much stuff hanging there. Hope you guys have had a great week so far. Man, it's just blasting by. Just blasting by. Oh my goodness. If you could do me a huge favor and subscribe to the channel, guys, that would be so awesome. Yeah, I just cannot thank you enough for the new subscribers that have subbed lately. Wow, I don't know what to say. I'm honored, man. I'm floored. I'm so glad to have your interest and your support. And subscribing to the channel just means so much to me for many reasons. You know. It's not just the algorithm thing. It means that you want to see more of my stuff, man, and that's a huge thing. So I thank you so much for that, guys. Yeah, I can't tell you how much that means to me. I think you know that. I don't think that's a surprise. So thank you to all the new subscribers, all the old long-time subscribers. Thank you very much. And yes, finally doing live streams, doing art live streams. People have been asking me to do those for literally, I don't want to say decades, but I will say almost since day one of Zombie Portraits. People have been asking me to do that. So here it is, finally. After all these years, I'm doing it right. And, showing you all the process, which people have been asking me to do. So yeah, it's on. It's on like it is Donkey Kong. And I hope you guys have been enjoying them. Because I really enjoy doing these for you guys. And, I just love, showing you the process, and if it helps, even in just doing art for yourself, type of thing. I hope it helps, And I mean, just otherwise, hopefully entertaining y'all with the drawing stuff. And see, this is what I'm talking about when you have your rough and you're inking over it. You are changing a lot of stuff. Like, that doesn't even look like anything there. I'm changing it, and obviously correcting a little bit of the misshapen areas and stuff that I did when I was really doing it fast. So the inking, like the way I'm doing the inking here, really tightens stuff up, Yeah, guys, and check out Zombie Daily. Man, I cannot tell you how many zombie drawings are on there. You'll have to see for yourself if you survive. Make Zombie Daily part of your Halloween, your lead up to Halloween by checking it out, checking out all the zombie art on there. I have been posting new zombie art to Zombie Daily since 2008. So there is a lot of zombie art on there. More to come, always. So there's much more to come. I hope you check it out. The link, of course, is in the description below. Where else? It's a fun ride, man. You'll see more zombie art there than anywhere on Earth, for reals. Done by one person. Done by one poison. It's all done by one. So there we go, guys. Doing some more detail on the background foliage in this Zombie Pinup Diva drawing, which I have to get a bunch done because Halloween is the day. Halloween is the day for the big next milestone, which is 1,100 Zombie Pinup Divas. So big day for that. If you want to add that into your Halloween agenda, new Zombie Pinup Diva goes up Halloween, and it will be the 1100th Zombie Pinup Diva drawing in the series. And there'll be even more. There'll be even more coming up too, because I ain't stopping. Ain't nobody stopping me. Nah. Yeah, I love doing the Zombie Pinup Divas. Doing basically like live art or like a still life is a really great way to learn how to draw too. Like still life arrangements and things like that. Drawing from life, like life drawing, of course, is a fantastic way to learn how to draw and to keep up those sort of skills too. And that's why I love doing these Zombie Pinup Divas as well, because of keeping up with that inking style. Having a solid and great and well received reason to do them too, because people love these. If the analytics are any indication, I don't make this stuff up. Like if I don't know what people like, but I look at the analytics of things sometimes and I'm like, okay, Zombie Pinup Divas are one of the biggest most watched viewed things on the Zombie Daily, on the Patreon page. So yeah, there's a lot of them there. Some I actually had to put behind the Patreon paywall thing because they wouldn't let me post it otherwise. So I had to put it behind the paywall thing. Yeah, there's quite a, well, I don't know, maybe there's 20, 30 of them like that. Maybe more. Now I'm thinking maybe there's, well, I don't know if they did the old ones. I guess you'll have to join and find out. Yeah, because I actually literally don't know. There could be a ton of them on there. Well, I know there's a ton of them on there. But whether you can, because I can see them, right? Because I'm like posting on there. But as a person just viewing, I don't know if I can see all of the Zombie Pinup Divas. Yeah, I wonder about that. Well, I'll have to check it out. I'll have to go in as a guest or whatever, or a fan or whatever, and just check it out. Yeah. Or you guys could let me know. Can you see all the Zombie Pinup Divas? Because there's, like, these, I don't have to put behind the paywall because they're clothed, But the ones that aren't clothed have to be behind the paywall. So yeah, that I had no choice. I had no choice for that. For that platform anyway. Theoretically, I could do a DeviantArt page of just zombie pinups. That might be kind of cool. I've always thought about that. Because I don't think a lot of people who would love to see zombie pinups necessarily go to my Zombie Daily thing, because, man, like, DeviantArt is a huge resource to find people that like your work, and if they, like, some of them pay for it, and some of them don't, but, man, like, they really, like, if they like your stuff, they're going to be, saving it in their favorites and things like that, so other people can see it and everything. So yeah, man, it's a great. I think it's a fantastic platform and community. I really think it's awesome. I hope I never have to eat those words, but I think it's a great resource. I really do, especially now because the world's so weird. Like, who knows, like, what's going to be taken away from us as a society next, So yeah, like, because everything is just bizarre now, man. That's another thing where I'm at the drawing table all the time, man. It's a great escape. It's a great escape, man. It's a holiday. Yeah, it's a holiday. From the madness, and it's madness. Oh my goodness, to call it anything else, to call what's happening now on Earth like anything but madness is madness. Wow. Oh well. Keep on drawing, man. Keep on drawing. Yep. That's what I say. But boy, the box. I better not look. I just might be in there. There we go. Yeah, I like that little leaf there. Doop. I'm going to put some of those in there. Yeah. Yeah, I like the, what is that? I think it's hops. They have like a dual sort of leaf thing going on, and it's a vine too, right? It's a vine. We're fine. Maybe beef up that a little bit more. Yeah, that's great. That's coming along. It's almost, it's getting there. It's getting there. It's getting there. And you know what? I actually do kind of like the wonkiness I gave it whenever I did that. Blackouts from doing art, my friends. I don't remember when I did that. I don't. You know what? I have a feeling I did this. I have a feeling I did this when I came back from a convention and was maybe waiting for something to cook, you know, because I was starving and I hadn't eaten all day, and I got back from a convention. Maybe that's when I started doing these, and I was like, oh, you know, I don't know, feeling the effects of the con still, I mean, or the drive back or whatever. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, man. But yeah, this is like this is very weird. This is uncharacteristic of what I usually do. Like with these really scribbly, like the last one too, with these kind of flourishes and stuff, you know, of ink, and again, like a lot of the type of detail, you know. So yeah. Anyway, I just especially down here, like this kind of wispy stuff, you know. Excuse me. But yeah, I like it. I like it. Yeah, it's good. It's getting done. It's getting done. That's what we're doing here, guys. We're getting art done, and I'm kind of showing you how it's happening. Like I'm gonna this is a you know, another tombstone marker type thing. And trust me, guys, eventually I'm gonna get out of doing these. Because I do these a lot, but I like this kind of format. I really do like it a lot. And let's face it, you know, zombie pinups are going to be kind of forever. So this is just going to be another like couple hundred of the thousands, which will eventually be done. You know, so you might think I'm doing a lot of these, and I am. I'm doing a lot of this style of them. Like they all have the same kind of. Well, again, this is kind of even different. Well, no, it's just two elements, right? It's just two elements. And I gotta do a little bit more thickness there, 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 and there. Yeah. So, yeah, like, okay. But it's two different planes only. Like, it's the character in the background, basically, and a foreground. So, but I like it. And I do change it up a little bit with just the trees type of thing. Like, or just the trees more. What about this one? Oh, you know what? Again, that one, it's the same type of thing, but she's laying on the ground, you know? So yeah, again, a bit different. Like, they're always different, I find. Like, they're all zombie pinups, but, you know, and then again, like, you know, trees and all these different things. And, oh, you know, this one she's sitting kind of, oh yeah, she's sitting on the stumps and stuff of a tree outcropping. You know, that's interesting. And then the side view with just trees and a couple of these guys. I gotta put another one of those stones in there for sure. And then what is this? And then this is another one. Yeah, I actually kind of like this tombstone in there, so I think I'm going to keep it. It's ridiculously big, but I like it. And then this one. So man, I've got like almost as many as I need to get to 1100 on the go in some state of completion. So That's not bad. I'm gonna count them later. But yeah, I gotta get them done, man. I gotta get them done. You know, when I have a moment, I'm kind of doing those or doing the adult stuff that I do. You know, because that stuff kind of has a passive deadline to it. You know, or a real deadline to it. That's getting closer and closer, as all deadlines do. You know, but before it was like, oh well, it's in the future. Now it's like, yeah, it's still in the future, but now it's the near future. You know. So, and again, it's not like I'm doing a sloppy job or trying to get these done fast or anything like that. I do, in fact, have a lot of time. You know, but I do want to get them done to the point where I don't have to think about it anymore. You know? And again, like, that's a good sort of way to draw more, you know? Give yourself deadlines. You know, and yeah, don't be fine with missing them. You know, don't be cool with that. You know, just try to stick to them. Because that's how you will ascend as well. You know, if you want to draw. Like, don't think I'm giving out mixed messages saying, oh, just pick up a pen and, paper and pencil and then have the best time of your life and all that. And then, oh, you got to do this, you got to do that. There's so many different facets of art, right? So, I'm saying that if you want to improve, if you want to get better, then yeah, it is one of those things where it's like, only practice is going to do that for you. You know, it's one of those things. It's like learning how to play an instrument, all that stuff. Like, practice is the only way you're going to get, good at something. Unless you're already one of those weird genius people like that, just automatically pick something up and it's like, oh yeah, that's the best thing that ever came out of that pencil, man, or whatever. Yeah. Art geniuses. Those guys who can just draw anything with like utter accuracy. Like, I think they're savants or something. Savants. Some kind of savant that can kind of do that. I hope that's not a bad word now. I honestly don't know. I thought that was a good thing anyway. Isn't it? I don't know. Keeping up with humans is hard. Keeping up with humans is difficult. Yeah. Oh, there we go. I really like that. And then I'm going to tighten it up a little bit with the number 3 pigment liner in areas. But yeah, I really love that. I think that turned out great. I didn't think it would. I kind of didn't like it that much, but I do now. Yeah. It just there. Yeah, I love that. That's great. Good. Yeah. Yeah. And I love the negative space. The negative space looks great. Here's some of the negative space, some negative space here. And it's very, I think I like it. It's very interesting. Yeah. And I love that branch, the way it goes through. I think I did that with another drawing that's coming up. Yeah. Kind of the same thing. Oh, wow. How did that happen? Huh. Kind of the same thing. Yeah. Well, sometimes, you don't know what you're doing. You just do it. And the next thing you know, it's like, oh, I'm doing it again. But that's a different thing. So it's a little weird that I was on the same wavelength with the branch or root or whatever going through the background in both things. Or is this in front? No, it's in back too. Yeah. So. And both of them look good. Yeah, and I'm just making up the foliage in there. Where is it going to be black? Where I put that black pan, and you know, there it is. Now I think I'm going to do the like the tombstone facing, black or darker. I wonder if I should. I don't know. See, the beauty of this is that this grave is going kind of this way, and this one's going kind of this way. So again, those triangular elements in all of these drawings, like the triangular element of just the outer parts of the drawing on the bottom match with the top as a triangle, right? So that's a triangular composition. There's a triangle at the bottom. Again, here. Very faint, but, it's there. That solidifies the bottom. These gravestones literally going opposite create a triangle right off the page. So everything is captured inside of that image, undoubtedly, and everything can be seen, everything reads, and everything relates to each other inside that composition, and that is a very strong composition. And think about that when you're doing your next composition of anything. How is that balanced? And I mean, you know what? Here I am going. This is a very extreme case where it's like, man, that was not forced in, but like very, very well planned to be like that because of the broad drawing first, right? The broad drawing shows you everything when you sketch it in, right? And that's basically, you use the model, had the model there, sketched her in, and then sketched the rest of the drawing in, and balanced all of that stuff in the composition, right? So again, the broad strokes, and then you get tinier and tinier and tinier, with some of the detail and stuff like that, Always have a focal point, right? Always have a focal point. Things like that, like lessons like that. They're sort of rudimentary, right? But again, they need to be said. Sometimes to remind us. Spider-Man. Yeah, maybe I'll do some Marvel Zombies in the next episode, guys. So, because Marvel Zombies is either coming out, or out now. I don't know if it is yet. But I did see a trailer for it. So it should be coming soon. Before Halloween, I think. What did I thought I saw September 29th. I don't know. I can't remember now. When it's supposed to come out, or if it is out. To be honest, yeah. There, we got some very nice little details in the forest. We got details in the forest. We got some nice foliage going on in there. I think this drawing is done, guys. I think this drawing is done. Has been completed. I'm gonna put that little thing in her hair there. What do you think? I think that's done. I think we're done. Yeah. Not much else. Not much else to go into that, I don't think. Maybe show up that piece of wood there a little bit more. But yeah, I think that's done. I think we're done here. I think this one's good. Yeah, she's a zombie, all right. Yeah, she's got the telltale characteristics. Plus, she's in a graveyard, so, and she's kind of rotting looking. Yeah. All right. There. Ah, that's great. I love that. Okay, good. It's not. Don't forget to put your name. Don't forget to put your name. I'm gonna put my name on it. 2025. So 2026, that is the 20th anniversary of Zombie Portraits. Guys, get a zombie portrait. What are you waiting for? This is crazy now. This is crazy. This is getting weird. It's getting weird. Get a zombie portrait. Don't hesitate any longer. They are great gifts for oneself or to give to a loved one other than yourself. Horror fan, zombie fan, man, that's like a no-brainer. So, yeah, get a zombie portrait while they're still affordable. They're very, very affordable. In fact, I pride myself on the fact that I have not changed the price of a zombie portrait since their inception in 2006. Now, if anything else on this planet Earth could say the same, I'd like to see it. But zombie portraits will not be able to be like that at that price forever. Just, man, I figured that you would understand. Yeah, I'm gonna have to raise the prices kind of soon. So if you want to get a zombie portrait, get one as soon as you can. Next year is the 20th anniversary of Zombie Portraits, so help celebrate by getting a zombie portrait. Checking out Zombie Daily every day is a fun thing to do. It is, you know what? Make it your morning ritual, man. Make it like check out yesterday's Zombie Daily drawing. What did Rob post on there? You know. Yeah, or on your commute home. I usually get the new zombie drawing on there by 3 at the latest in the afternoon. So yeah, check that out. Make it a part of your daily routine. Zombie Daily. You know, and it's not one of those things where I took a 2-week break there. No, I don't take any breaks. Rob, no breaks, Sachetto. Rob always working, Sachetto. Man, I'm always posting new zombie art on there every day, just like the site says, just like Jimmy Carter says, just like the site says. I do Zombie Daily, man. It's everyday posting of zombie art, and half the fun is not even knowing what it is going to be, so it might surprise you. Yeah. So check that out. The link is in the description below, of course. Why wouldn't it be? And yeah, you'll really enjoy Zombie Daily. Trust me. Pack a lunch though. There's a lot to scroll through. And guys, if you like what I do and you like what I draw, please feel free to subscribe to the channel. That would be absolutely wonderful. And again, I'd like to thank all of you who have in the last couple of weeks that I've been a thing. Since I've been a more regular fixture and drawing it up every other night. I really appreciate your interest and your support, and I cannot tell you how much it means to me. Guys, if you could subscribe to the channel, that would really help me, you know, reach a higher point in the algorithm stream, and perhaps reach more eyes, get in front of more people. spread some magic with drawing, real drawing, keeping art real, with the zombie touch, with the undead decaying horror touch, which I love. Make Zombie Daily part of your daily routine. Subscribe to the channel, please, if you can. I would be honored to have your support, and I really do mean that, guys. It tells me that you like my work. It tells me that you want to see more of my stuff, man. And I can't even tell you how much that means to me, for real. So I want to make the toes really skeletal in this. I really like that. I can do it because they're closer, close to the camera type of thing. So yeah, they're very, and if you can see closer, you'll see that they're much bonier, Yeah. Again, little characteristics, of course, that help show that it's a zombie, right? Yeah. And of course, you want to keep the pinup. It's very important as well. So there's another new Zombie Pinup Diva. You'll be seeing this posted on Zombie Daily eventually. Probably soon, because definitely before Halloween, because they all have to be posted before Halloween. So let's how about we ink another one? You want to ink another one? Do you want to draw another one? How about? Oh, geez. How about? Wow, I even forgot I did these. How about I ink this? Yeah, I ink this. I'm gonna ink this now. Now, first, I'm gonna do the smaller things like the eyes and stuff like that with my number 3. With my number 3 pigment liner. And here we go with that. Yeah, nice dark under the eyes, pupils or eyeballs, like, blowing out of her skull almost. Really unnaturally wide eyes. Very thin nose, of course. The massive cheekbone on display. Very thin face, but angular lips, but again, expressive, And then, little things like that thing under the nose, that little curly Q under the nose. Some nice neck sort of tendons and muscles and stuff. And the ripped up garment. So you guys can see me draw this, right? Yeah. Ripped up garment. That's how I can describe it. Yeah, and you know what? It's so I can actually let people who aren't paying for the Patreon, they can actually see these too, and I can share them. Because they have clothing, right? But the other ones, I think, are behind a paywall. Because that's the only way I can display them. So I think there's a lot of pinups, and this isn't a sales pitch or anything, but there are a lot of pinups that are behind the paywall, and you can only, I guess, see them if you donate $2 at least a month. And hey, you know what? If you have the ways and means to do so, all the proceeds to that go to art supplies. And I would love that. I would love if you could do that to help me pay for art supplies for Zombie Daily. Art supplies are very expensive, and even $2 a month, I can really make that. I can really make that stretch, for real. And that's it. All the proceeds that you donate go to do art supplies. Yeah. And I love doing that, like every month or two, because I won't do it every month. Like I'll just leave it in there, type of thing, and then wait till the following month to go shopping for art supplies. And yeah, it's fun to do that, and knowing that you guys are responsible for the art supplies that I'm using to do Zombie Daily, and it's awesome, and I cannot even begin to thank you for that. That is the most amazing thing. And again, it means that, I have your interest and your support, which is undeniably rare and wonderful for regular Joes, regular Joes like me, who really, I really want to sort of get in front of more people, and hopefully spread the word of art, of doing art and drawing stuff, and enjoying it, and making it a part of your life, and letting it make you happy too, because yeah, man, it's so therapeutic. It's such a therapeutic thing to do. Drawing stuff, like drawing anything, having a little sketchbook of your own where you're just doodling. Maybe you make a funny chicken character or something, or like whatever. Maybe you want to draw the chipmunk outside, or whatever, and use pencil and get all in there and use shading, and there's so many things you can do, and it will really help relax you, make you use a different part of your brain that sort of helps soothe the other parts of your brain that you've been exhausting all day. You know what I mean? So yeah, drawing is so much fun, and I hope to sort of spread the word of that. Again, I'm not selling anything, man. I'm just talking about art. And this is kind of what I do on the live streams, guys. Show you my art, show you me doing the art, the process. I'm a world-renowned artist. I've been a professional for decades, and this is what I do. And I love to show you some tricks and things like that. It's fun for me to do that. Watching how things are drawn, watching how the pen goes across the paper, what I'm doing with my hand, all of that stuff. Doing some nice feathering lines, but with a very pointy, but yet yielding pen. And man, it's ever nice and smooth. And that's what you really want. So yeah, doing some nice feathering lines there. And again, this was from a model that I saw online, like basically all of the zombie pinups. But I changed the arm there, and I changed I think both feet, and some other things, So again, I use models' photos to a degree, but mostly only to get the structure, like the pose, the angle, things like that, So, yeah, it's a life drawing, right? It's a life drawing that you're kind of doing, and yeah, and then obviously changing it with the zombie characteristics as well. So, yeah, changing it quite a bit, Check the chat. You just had to check the chat. I have to see what Tim it is. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm gonna try to get another one done. I don't know if I can do it, but I'll have to turn off at midnight, because I need rest. I do. I know my little procedure today was no big deal, but I'm wiped. I don't know why. I guess it had something to do with the anesthetic or anesthesia that I had today. Had some anesthesia today. Douche. What do they do when they put you under? Can't remember the name of it now. Anesthetized. Yeah, that's what it's called. Yes. But yeah, I love this. I love the grave marker here. Yeah, this is a fun one. This is a really fun one. I like it. The pose is great too. I love the pose. It's kind of quirky and quirky, but I find very stable, like very statuesque almost. I know, and it's but remember I said quirky also, so very quirky and statuesque at the same time, And I actually love that arm that I put in there. Because the arm in the photo was, I don't know what it was doing, or even if you could see it, it might have been behind something. But because of that pose, I put that arm in myself. I drew that arm in myself, and I like that. I love that negative space in there and inside the hand there too, and just how the wrist goes up in there too. To show those bones there that connect. Yeah, I really love the fact that it looks very natural. Like, it looks very natural. It doesn't look stiff. And I always talk about that. I always talk about things looking stiff, and things generally don't look like that, and you want to try to correct them a little bit, unless that's what you're going for, right? If you're going for that specifically, then it's a different story. But, to have things, when I say that, that's coming right from the sort of school of Frazetta, right? His artwork and Kirby, like, those guys, their artwork was so kinetic and, like, so, wow factor to it in terms of, motion, right? Like the bombast of it, felt like there was, and especially Kirby, in the sense that it felt like there was bombs going off everywhere that was driving everything towards the the viewer, right? The camera or whatever. Yeah, so especially when Kirby came back to Marvel in the 70s there to do Captain America again. Yeah, his artwork was like a lot more. I found it a lot more angular and like almost abstract, like even on covers, So yeah, but it was so cool. It was so cool to see. I just love Kirby stuff so much. And and it was one of those things where at first when I saw it, I didn't like his work that much at all. But I was so young. I think I was like 7 or something when I saw his art for the first time, and it was, in fact, those Captain America issues. Yeah, man. Yeah. It was those issues that I saw, and I was like, wow, this is really weird. I didn't even know what planet it was on. you know. And then I'm like, oh, it's Earth. Wow, everything looks so weird and angular and bizarre and metallic and all that stuff. Yeah, so I didn't like Kirby at the beginning, but then you know, you learn to appreciate someone like that after you kind of see their stuff a little bit. You know, you kind of have to get acquainted to it visually, but it didn't take long for that. I snapped out of that quite quickly, you know, even as a kid, you know, and I started liking Herb Trimp. I thought those guys, in fact, I think I mistook Kirby for Trimp and vice versa at some point too, because I wasn't always like super into comics. I would see them, but I wasn't I wasn't into them to the point I was collecting that much, because I was really young. Like, you know, I'm getting on the buzz, grade school time, you know, but I had an interest in them and in the art, like the art especially, you know. So I remember buying some. Oh man, they were pristine Avengers comics that were John Buscema and Tom Palmer issues. The one with that giant gray robot guy on the cover, and around there, like 69, 70, like the 70s, you know, those numbers. And so yeah, Buscema and Tom Palmer, man. Oh my god! And like I bought those comics off a kid. I remember in the bus. Like, I remember giving him money for those comics I bought off him in the bus. Yeah. Yeah, I remember doing that, and just going, oh yeah, because I love the art so much. I loved, you know, Buscema and Palmer. Their work was just so incredible, man. You know, and then Neil Adams and stuff, of course, you know. But yeah, you just, you know, sometimes you pick up stuff from other artists, obviously, and you pick them up and then you let them go, or they become a very small part of your work, or even a large part of your work, whatever the case. But you know, you're always going to put yourself into your art regardless, you know. Like, that's you can't help that. That's just going to happen, you know. And yeah, if you want to watch some more of these type of videos coming up, please subscribe to the channel. It will really help the channel grow, of course, and reach more folks. You know what? I really want to do art challenges and more fun things on the channel too. I kind of wanted to do some critiques of maybe some Marvel comics and stuff coming up, and some comics in general maybe coming up. So, like, art-wise. So I don't know if you guys want me to do any of that kind of thing. Let me know, and maybe we can do a live stream of some different material where I'm doing some critiques of art from the big two comics, you know, or any comic book company, you know, putting out comics right now. Yeah. If you want my comic book opinion on some of the stuff, I really love that. That looks great. Oh yeah, what a great structure. I think the lines are nice and thick. That looks really good, I think. I'm really digging this. I hope you guys are too. Again, some nice interesting spirally shapes in there, creating a nice little design within, you know, the detail of the grave marker here, that side of it, which again is facing kind of downward facing gravestone. Dog. Yeah. Needs more dog. Yeah. That's right, guys. Just filling some areas in. But you see, the way I'm filling stuff in too, it's very, like, it's kind of dirty, it's kind of messy. It's not like, oh, I gotta stick to the lines and all that, make it like look perfect. It's not, because there's little bits and bites in there, and like little flourishes of white, like little flecks of white in there, and that's for the that's to sort of represent the leaves and some of the other like things within the branches, like other branches, and you know, putting those little sort of white specks in there actually add to the detail, because it's like, oh, you can't see it, but your mind is thinking it's leaves because you see some over here that are complete, you know what I mean? So your mind kind of completes that pattern where there aren't any. And that does happen. That's that psychology of art, like knowing what that does, you know, as a visual to most viewers looking at it. Yeah. And that, again, those are little things that you sort of pick up, and because again, it's a compositional balance thing, right? So you want to have like that balance throughout your drawing, right? So you do those little things, you know. And sometimes people don't even perceive what they are, and that's kind of neat, right? When it's almost the three card Monty of art, yeah. There. Put some more leaves down there. This is that stick that's coming out. Yeah, this is and I really love these pens. These pens are great. Like that's a really nice lush line. You know? You can see it. Yeah, like that's a great, and you know what? These are, like, I think these are dollar store pens too. Either that or I got them at Staples, because I think they come in like a pack of 5 maybe, I don't know. And then they're like, there's like pastel colors, like they're these, and they come in like little 4-5 packs or something, and they're really cheap. They're really cheap, but like, this is really good. Like, this ink is great. I love this. You know, it's not too thick, not too thin, and sometimes the 03 is too thin. Not that that's a bad thing, but it's too thin for what I'm doing here. This is almost good for adding in the details on top of this. You know. Like, oh, you know, I'm adding the hatching here, for example, you know, or I'm adding the you know, that hatching like that, or this, you know. Then this is perfect, but I think it's a little too thin for the rest of the stuff. And again, because a lot of this stuff too is going to have black around it, it can afford to be a little thicker. In fact, it's desired that it is a little thicker, because that way you have less of a chance of going over the line when you start inking it in with your fill, with the fill in of the, like, this tree's basically going to be black, you know. For all intensive purposes, I say, for all intensive. I have to enunciate how wrong that is. Yeah. It's all intents and purposes. Say it right. Science! And as you can see, I am kind of making this up as I go along. Like, the structure's all there, but the way I'm inking parts of it, I'm leaving in areas where I can kind of go like, oh, you know what? Maybe there's a little line in there, and I'll put it in because I left the space for it. It's not all black, you know. It's not all filled in. There's spots for things if I want to if I want to put something in, if I want to put something in there. So yeah, and that's kind of the consensus around the entire drawing. Like I'm adding in as I go, like details in things, you know, because they were just the structure at first, you know. So now I'm going back in and adding more detail to those areas. Yeah. And those branches are coming out of the tree. And this is another giant root. I'm gonna put one of these guys on there. And you see that what I just did there was spontaneous. That wasn't there before. That wasn't mapped out. That wasn't drawn out. I just kind of just added that in there because I thought I like that. I think that's gonna work. So there. There we go. That's sort of a root or branch. Put another, again, like adding these sort of little details in there, sporadically. Again, sporadically, not have a ton of it all the time, because of course you want to keep some darkness in there to make her pop, right? You want to have some contrast in there to make her pop. So like that's really important, and that's why I'm actually adding a lot of darkness to these areas. And I might even go in with the pigment liner and like go and have a ton of hatch lines in there. And if I want to get even darker, I'll do cross hatching inside of these areas, which I could do. I'm going to look at it in a few minutes and see what it needs. After I kind of do a bit of stuff here, I'm going to kind of look down and see if it's dark enough, or if I need to put in some vitamin ink. So I have to put some more of that stuff in there. Perhaps. So there. But all these things you think of, you know, when you're doing the drawing, you know, when you get to that level where you're kind of, you know, thinking ahead, you've been here before, you know, you've kind of been here in this area before in terms of what you're drawing. So it's coming to you a little more easy, and you know, if you're having a good day, you know, if you're not, because I could still flub out. You know, I could get an acute case of phlebitis and flub out. You know, drawing. You know, so yeah, you know, one of those days where you're like really, really on. You know. Yeah, do some inking, and you know, you'll come up with some nice little, maybe even some little designs within the inking and stuff that you're doing, and stylizations and things like that. Again, if you're doing stuff in your sketchbook, who cares what it is? It's all yours, and it's all fun, and there's nothing at stake. Nobody's going to judge you for your drawings, unless... No, but no one's going to like critique you or anything like that. You know, if you start getting more confident in doing more art, then, you know, sure, show some people, maybe show some professionals, get some critiques going. Let's get some critiques going. Yeah, let's get some critiques going. That really does help. Of course, you know, I'm pre-critiquing your work right now by saying, hey, you know, get out there and draw and you know, draw as much from life as you can. Like these these Zombie Pinup Divas, basically, to me, are the biggest, most worthy, and possibly only way that I could do like life drawings. Otherwise, why would I be doing life drawings, right? So I get to do these Zombie Pinup Divas, basically, and that's what they are. They're life drawings. I just add the zombie effects and you know, backgrounds if there is a background and things like that. So I get to do, you know, my 11 herbs and spices, one of them being, you know, life drawings, and add that to the you know, things that I do list, you know, things that I can do. Yeah, like that's just a sort of another discipline in terms of illustration and stuff, you know. So I have an outlet for that, and you know, I've always loved like just pen and ink type drawings, and again, it's an outlet for that as well, you know. Mind you, now with the drawing the guys from scratch, which I have a few of those left over. Like these color ones, we started doing from scratch, and yeah, I got into them, and had to kind of stop because we were doing the zombie portraits. But yeah, I really want to get back into these guys, like big time. Because yeah, this is another. Normally they're black and white drawings. Normally they're black and white. But I had some of these covers, and I'm like, well, I might as well use them for the. You know, these drawings. So that's what I'm kind of doing with these guys, and yeah. Like I said, you know, if you at all check out my Patreon page, and you want to support it with $2 a month, it goes right to art supplies, so I could pick up, you know, new and different types of art supplies to use to do the art for Zombie Daily. So that's basically, you know, if you kind of want to go like, hey, I'd like to see you do this kind of drawing, you know, absolutely put in for a custom. If you want to get a custom done, I can do the custom drawing for you, even in a live stream if you want to do that. You know, I just did the zombie portraits recently. I just did a bunch of zombie portraits like on the live stream. So the persons getting the zombie portraits can actually watch themselves becoming zombified and being talked about and how I'm doing the zombification, which is really cool. So if you want to do that, by all means, order a zombie portrait, ask me to do it in the live stream, and yeah, that'd be very cool. Done with that. Yeah, see how easy I just took to this, and yeah. I really want to do, like, that's what I really want to do these. I really want to do the Zombie Pinup Divas too, but I really want to do these too. Because these are very much creative inking still. Like, this is very much creative inking. And I'm just having a ball with this stuff. You know, it's all just tons of fun detail filling in areas, you know. With anything and everything, like glop, gloops, all of that stuff, you know. Pieces of brain matter, because the theme for this was bloody head wounds, man. So we did head wounds for this little series in that live stream, yeah. And the subject is head wounds. Yeah. So this guy is heavily head wounded. In fact, he's got probably not much head left. But that's the beauty of this. Zombie. And I could go on, and I will. But first, let's get another Zombie Pinup Diva done. Let's get another Pinup Diva done, and then if there's time, which there probably won't be, is there? 11:38. Well, I'm gonna be hitting it pretty close. I can tell just by this drawing how long this is gonna take. Probably 20 minutes until finished, I think. Man, these pens are great. These pens are really good. Like, this is a fantastic nib. Or not nib, what do you call it? Tip. Yeah, like the ink is fantastic. I really love the flow. Yeah, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. Yeah, get yourself, you know, a couple. Like, I actually have two here. I probably got two of those sets because they were cheap, or should I say affordable? No, they were cheap. Like, I think they were pretty. Yeah, if you want to call it affordable, let's do that. You know, but I didn't pay much for them, and I think I got them at either the dollar store or Staples. Yes, Staples. So yeah, which I have to go to Staples also. That just reminded me. That just reminded me. Yeah, I gotta go to Staples, pick up some stuff and such. Envelopes for sending things. Yeah. And since I was indisposed today, I have to get comics, my weekly comics, the few that there are now left that I'm doing. Comics just got too expensive, man. Like, there's too many things I want, and like $5 a book, and that's not even with the whatever tax, exchange, and all the rest of that BS. Like, it's almost $7 a book actually when you factor in all the extras that are charged. So yeah, I had like 30. I was up to 30 books a month, man, and that was insane. So I just can't keep up with it, man. It's just too much. And then like, yeah, that's basically the long and short of it. Just too much. Like that's heavy, man. That's heavy. That's a heavy bunch of money. You know, to me anyway. I don't have it on my damn self. It's true. I don't. I'm not gonna spend like what is that? 5 times 30. No, that can't be. Is that it? Yeah, 5 times 30, $150. Is that all? No. Yeah, but then I would buy what do you call it? Back issues too, like crazy, you know. So yeah. Time to. Well, it's not like I don't collect comics anymore. I still do, but I do very, very sparingly and from a list of specific things. And I think only 4 after like some miniseries that I collected in the past are done. That'll be the end of those, and I think it'll be like 5 titles a month. 5? Yeah. So that's it. Like, as opposed to 30, you know. So yeah, had to stop it, man. Had to stop it. Getting out of control. Like I said, they're just way too expensive. You know, if you're giving that money to the artist, good. But something tells me that, you know, and I just wholesale can't afford that. You know, people never talk about money. It's like, yeah, I talk about money. I don't care. You know, it's like you don't talk about money because you have it. You know. No, I talk about money. Like when I do con reviews, making money at a con is very important. You know, if you're a vendor. So yeah, I talk about money because you have to pay, you know, in some cases to go to cons. And, well, in most cases rather, I'm just thinking of a con that I went to where it was free, but you had to bring your own tables, you know, but the space was free, and that was the one in the mall, which was brilliant, you know. I think more malls should do that, you know. Give folks more opportunity to sell things, unique things to folks who want to buy unique things, you know. And what's better than that? Like that's awesome. Making that hookup, and you know what better place than a mall? Like especially a mall that isn't quite, you know, entirely dead yet, that could use the foot traffic. Like, man, what more do I have to say? Like that stuff sells itself. I don't have to sell that, you know. So yeah, do more mall conventions, you know. And it's good for the vendors too, because they don't have to spend as much as like, oh, I gotta rent a hall, so the money has to come out of that. No, like, you know what? You can make a deal with the mall manager or whatever management or whatever, whoever owns the mall or runs it or whatnot, and just say, look, you know, if I hold this here, you're gonna get all of this new attention. You know, just that as like the smallest bit of a great thing. People will just know that you even exist, you know, if they didn't before. Like on top of that, you're going to get a ton of people coming in here for this convention, like very likely going to the stores that are already open here today, you know, and then even know that those stores exist because, man, I went to that one last weekend or the weekend before rather. And there were stores I didn't know existed that I wanted to shop at, that I thought were awesome, you know. So, man, like having those things in a mall, I think really, really work well, and they're good for a lot of reasons, man, you know. So, yeah, if you want to see my review of that convention and more stuff, Lego builds, blind Lego builds, mostly Lego builds where I don't have any instructions or anything like that, but I'm just building stuff from scratch. You can check those out on the video channel. And yeah, man, like there's a lot of fun stuff on there. Movie reviews, con reviews. I do art, like I do critiques of artists, up and coming artists, or you know, new artists. And stuff of that nature. So yeah, guys, check that out too. It's a lot of fun. You know, some cool movie reviews on there. Maybe give you some suggestions to a movie you've not even heard of or seen before. Yeah, man, check it out. I just did a review of that con that I was at 2 weekends ago now? Yeah. So that's up there. And you want to see a grown man cry? Go check that out. Yeah. That's a lot of fun. We have fun. And man, I'm going to be hitting CreatureCon very soon. End of September. I think September 27th, 28th, if I'm not mistaken. But check out the website. Check out the website for CreatureCon with a K, and get tickets if there are still any available, that is. I do not know if there are or not. I'm not sure. But if there are, definitely pick some tickets up. If you're in the area, it is in Sudbury, Ontario, Canada, at the Place des Arts. And man, it's gonna be a hoot. It's gonna be a real hoot, guys. So yeah, check it out for sure. Lots of great guests. I'll be there too. I'll be there drawing and what else? What else? Right? Yeah. What else would I be doing? I'll be there drawing, of course, and I'll have the Zombie Handbook and Cape Fear comic and graphic novel on hand for you to purchase if you so please. Find me with those. So pick one up and give it a read. Give them a read. I think you'll enjoy them. If you wanna experience more of my stuff that I do, there it is. And comic book format and book format. Yeah, the Zombie Handbook and Cape Fear. Want to check those out? Yeah, here we go. More more drawing, guys. More drawing and just creating stuff and making that thing more of a solid weight, like drawing with weight and texture and reality and fun and flourishes of different types of inking styles and all of that stuff. Details for people who love details, and who doesn't like nice details, right? Oh, look at the detail in that. People love saying that. I've heard that a million times. I love that. So again, this is another new Zombie Pinup Diva, and we did this one from literally scratch. This one was nothing but a sketch at the beginning, and now it's done. Look at that! Wow! Look at that! That is incredible, guys. Thank you so much for coming out and watching me draw and watching me get this done with you. And don't forget to put your name. Okay. Rob Sachetto 2025. Yeah. So another one. And sometimes you see artists that you like and you're like, oh, I love that artist. And you see their work and it's like 2001, 1985. What the, what are they doing now? And you don't know. Well, I'm drawing stuff right now in front of you. Yeah, and I just dated it with today's date, basically. This is this year anyway. And I've got about 365 more of these with the same date on them. So yeah, I draw a lot. You're gonna see a lot of my work if you like it. I'm so glad, and I hope that you, if you not only like it, that you subscribe to the channel and check out Zombie Daily. That really would mean a lot to me, guys. Zombie Daily is basically the pinnacle of my work. All of my zombie art goes there. Almost all of my just everyday art goes there. All the stuff that I do in general goes to Zombie Daily. You can find that stuff in the bonus posts. Just type in bonus into the search bar, and you'll see all the non-zombie things too that I do. I tell you that search bar on my page is like Google, except everything's zombies, for real. So I'm using some hatching in there, like I kind of said I would, making it a little wee bit darker, giving it a bit more contrast. There. And again, now I'm going to put that cross hatching in there, making it even darker. There. 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 Again, adding just a tonal shift a bit in there. Really, really, really makes a difference. Right? All of those little things, all 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 those little things. So there we go with another Zombie Pinup Diva. Wow, I can't believe we got that one done too. That's 3. We got 3 done. They look great. You know what though? I'm gonna put just a wee bit of line in there. Chomping it up a little bit. You can see what I'm doing here. I'm just adding another shade. Hey there, lamp. That's a nice shade. It's not the same. You can get that reference. There, and maybe a little bit here, just lightly again, because this one's more in the foreground. And just a wee bit of shade on there. Just a wee bit of shade on there. There. All right. Take a bit of that out. Oh, look at that. Look at that weird arm I drew in there before that I didn't pick up on until right now. That is weird. What was I thinking when I inked some of this before, and it was like very bizarre inking. It wasn't me. It was me, but it wasn't me. I was not myself for whatever reason to do actually both of these. I started both of these and they were both very weird. Yeah, to start out with, they were like very scratchy. And weird here too. Everything was anyway. But look at that. There we got 3 Zombie Pinup Diva drawings done. Should I even try to do this? Okay, let me just try to do it. I'm just gonna try. I'm just gonna try to try. Just gonna try to do it. I don't think I'll finish it, but I'm gonna try. Nice thick lines. Nice thick lines. Yeah. Changing a bit of the face there. Yeah, giving it that just that wee little bit of curve to the jaw, bottom of the jaw. Yeah, I think that should remain black, the hair, because I think the hair looks great black in this, for this. And I think I'm going to use a lot of black. I think I'm going to use a lot more black. Black, Mr. Black, in this. Yeah. There. Okay. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Yeah, more black there. More black there. And there. Yeah, giving it that nice sort of Betty and Veronica kind of, those highlights. Those hair highlights. Very simple. Very simple. Yeah. That looks great. I like that. Yeah, this. You know what? I really like this one. I like it because of the how she's sitting, like on that weird sort of little outcropping little island of foliage and sort of brick. Like, what was that? Was that a house? Was there a house there before? It's likely. Excuse me, guys. And you know what, too? I still have a bit of, I don't know, some sort of allergies or something. On top of the fact that I had to be sedated today. So, well, I wanted to be sedated for, I had a little procedure, to do. So yeah, I was groggy and all that all day today. Until now. This shows you how much you guys uplift me. I am uplifted by your love. Yes. Yeah. Guys, thanks so much for watching, and thanks so much for subscribing. All those new subscribers that are blowing my mind. I cannot believe, guys. I can't believe it. I glance over there, and I'm like, You know, we're so close to like that next echelon of you know, hopefully getting higher up in the algorithm stream and you know, reaching more people and stuff like that, which I really want to do. I really want to do that. So your help is just wow. It means everything to me. I thank you so much. I'm honored by your support and interest. It means everything to me. So thank you guys. I do like I really do this for you guys, man. For the world at large that loves, you know, this type of art, zombies, horror, gore, traditional art, all of those wonderful words, you know, put together. And Philip Gandy, hey, how's it going? Nice to see ya. Nice to see ya. Thanks for watching. Philip Gandy, everybody, is watching the live stream. And I hope you are too. Checking out basically this entire episode was Zombie Pinup Divas, because yes, I do have to get them done for Halloween, where I am posting the 1100th milestone image from the series. So yeah, I've got to get them done. I think I've got about 18 or 19 left to do. So which means yeah, I don't have that many done. I have to get those done. So that's kind of what I'm doing here for you guys today. And it's a lot of fun inking. Like, it's a lot of inking. You guys get to see me sort of finishing stuff, putting nice, weird, fun little details into things, and going, you know what? I'm just having fun with this. And, you know, I'm having intelligent fun. It's intelligent fun. It's fun that I'm creating out of experience and things. But it's fun nonetheless. Like, I'm kind of going, oh, you know what? I want to make this tree kind of seem like it's melty or something. That the bark is kind of thick and melty like that. And I like that texture, so I'm going to put it in there, you know. Maybe another piece of art that I'm doing doesn't allow me to do that, but this one doesn't have parameters like that, and I get to do kind of whatever I want and explore. And I really love this pen too. This pen is great. This is a pen I would have normally not used to do this kind of work, but it's, man, perfect. It's not too thin, not too thick. It allows for a pigment liner to come in and do the little details afterwards, after it's done, and maybe tighten things up a little bit. But man, it's great. Like, it's a perfect size for what I'm doing. You know, especially what I'm doing here with the Zombie Pinup Divas. You know, would I use it on a zombie portrait? Maybe not. I'd have to see how it reacts with water and watercolor paper. Watercolor, not the paper. I think it'd be fine with the paper, but how it would react, and then if it fades. Like, I don't think it would. I don't think it does, but I'd have to really check that out and make sure it didn't do that before using it for a zombie portrait. All the stuff that I use for doing zombie portraits currently, like, I've tested thousands of times. So yeah, that, you know, zombie portraits are pretty solid, unless, you know, you're dousing them in water or whatever. It's original art, right? So it's susceptible to damage big time, just like any piece of paper with stuff on it is, you know. So yeah, it's original art, so that makes it all the more, you know, precious, you know. So yeah, and you know, of course, one of a kind, but of course also very delicate. So you have to handle that with care, not hang it up in the bright sun, you know. You know, so it gets its bombardment of radiation every day. Yeah, try to keep it in that type of glass that doesn't you know, allow for much sunlight coming in. Like, I think it's a polarizing glass of some kind, maybe. But yeah, you know, for a lot of people, get frames for my prints. They buy a lot of, like, people buy a lot of prints, and the frames for those can just be the regular kind of what do you call it, document frame, really. But those are prints, right? For an original, I would suggest getting something a little bit better, you know. And oftentimes people have got frames that are even more expensive than what they paid for the zombie portrait, to be honest. And I mean, that's kind of kooky when you think about it, but that's how I, you know, so far that's what I've done, man. I've kept zombie portraits down to its original price. That was 2006. I haven't changed it, you know. So yeah, you can still get a zombie portrait for at a very affordable price for now, you know. But I'm afraid I'm going to have to change that come next year. But you have lots of time, so try to get a zombie portrait soon if you're thinking about getting one. And if you're thinking about getting one for a loved one or as a gift for someone, then yes, please do that as well, you know, soon. And go to zombieportraits.com. And then go to zombiedaily.com. Go to my Patreon page, which the link is in the description below this video. Check out Zombie Daily. My goodness, what are you waiting for? It's amazing. Almost every zombie drawing I've ever done is on that page. And there's more coming every day, of course. It's Zombie Daily, one of the only pages or anything on Earth that does exactly what it says it's gonna do, and has been doing that for years. And I'm the one doing it, so you know that it's gonna be done, man. It's gonna be done. I don't take any Rob no days off. Sachetto, man, is my name, and I've been adding to Zombie Daily every single day, and I enjoy doing it. And you're watching some of the drawings that go on Zombie Daily be done right now in front of you. Some of the drawings that I do are absolutely being done right now on the live stream, and will be posted on Zombie Daily. And all the zombie pinups by Halloween, of course, will be up at that time. So you'll have to check that out for sure. Make it part of your Halloween festivities. You know, check out Zombie Daily. And check out Zombie Daily for it being Halloween every day. I mean, man, I put scary stuff on there every day. It could be Halloween every day for you. You know, I hear a lot of people saying, oh, I wish Halloween was every day. Well, on Zombie Daily it is. There's always something scary and new on there every single day. There'll always be videos also being posted there too. I will be doing live streams as much as possible for you guys. So now you guys like watching the inking process and the painting process and the drawing process and things like that too. And I think what we'll do also the next time is we'll do some Marvel Zombies. Because Marvel Zombies, I think, is either out, the cartoon or the animated show is either out or it's coming out. Maybe it's already out. I'm not sure. The first episode or whatever. But yeah, I'm gonna do some. I'll do some Hulk, Spider-Man, maybe Wolverine, of course. Yeah, Punisher. Yeah, do a bunch of Marvel Zombies for you guys. Maybe the next live stream. If you'd like to see me do that, I can definitely do that. I love doing Marvel Zombies. I love doing like anything zombie. So you know, yeah. What's the difference? What's the difference? What is the difference? What I do, as long as it's zombie, I'm loving it. Really, it's true. Really, it's true. Really, it's true. There. Some rocks going one way, some rocks going the other way. Yeah, there we go. Adding some contrast in there with the shadow. I'm going to do some more, of course, and there'll be a bit more foliage in there as well. Do you think I can get this done? What time is it? Oh, okay, well, it's not that bad. Not that bad. I said I'd go to midnight, but you know what? I could get 4 Zombie Pinup Divas done in one night. That would be exceptional. Let's see. Just wanted to see if anybody was on the chat. No? Okay, good. Well, not good, but, you know. It's good that I'm not missing anybody. I've been missing you. Now, I'm going to use this type of detail to describe this tree. I've been missing you. I've been in here. There. And I think this is going to be more, I think it's going to be black there. Black there. Let's see if I can do the face with this pen. Because this is a lot thicker, but if I use a light touch, I might be able to do it. See what I'm doing, guys? If I use a light touch on just the tip, should have it pretty good there. Should I make her smiling that much? I don't know. I think just this is fine. Yeah. This should be more of this. Yeah, that should be more of the cheekbones and stuff. And maybe I'll go in there and add some very light wrinkle lines almost. Not like lines from the flesh being drier type of thing. And I think I'm going to do something with the eyes there. With the pupils and that. But I really like that. I think that looks great. You know, another great Zombie Pinup Diva face. And I really love, like, you know, doing the faces like that too. And like a lot of people sort of say, well, you know, the more lines that you put on draw on a woman's face in a drawing, the older she looks. And it's like, yeah, okay, sure, there is that for sure. But I think even with all the lines that I'm putting in, and the fact that, you know, that she's a zombie, I think she still has a very attractive look. I kind of think that. I mean, that's kind of the point too. And some of the early Zombie Pinup Divas I did were like really horrific, like skeletal and or like really rotting zombie type thing and that. And now it's like you can tell it's a zombie, but she still has like human, at least a little bit of flesh and stuff, you know. So yeah, they look more like pinups, like immediately. When, you know, upon I guess the other ones did too, but I mean, you know, you look at them and it's like, okay, well, they're definitely rotting and like they've got, you know, hanging flesh and all that kind of stuff, but they still looked somehow attractive, and you know, even with that, right? And you know, I'm saying attractive in the sense that, you know, it's the classical understanding of what that means, you know. That kind of pin-up cheesecake-y idea, right? So, and I do not think that is corn at all. Like, that is not. It's just a human body, man. Like, you know, what are we talking about this for? Like, can we evolve in our existence just a wee bit? Can we? Is it possible? Is it possible? Yeah. Yeah. So there's a little bit left to go on this, but not too much. Not too much. So there's a moderate amount to go on this, but not too much. So this is going to be dark in here because this tree is coming down right about there. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. So I want to make sure you're seeing the things happen. Rob's been a fraud the whole time. Those weren't even his hands. I'm on CoffeeZilla. The guy kept saying he drew all these zombies, but it was all a lie. It was all a lie. Rob's Shadow Super Fraud. Super Fraud. The drawings were done by someone else. Someone much more else. Yeah. There. Some floating leaves. Some floating leaves. That's okay. That's okay. Floating leaves. Man, I can't believe all the leaves that are falling off the old trees. You know what that means? That means it's fall. But you know what? The thing is, it was really warm today, man. Wow. And I mean, I'm not complaining. It was nice. Like this is the kind of warm that I would have loved to have all summer. Like this moderate sort of, yeah, it's hot, but it's not boiling hot where, oh my God, you got to get in the shade or you need a fan and air conditioner. No. It wasn't any of that. It was just a really nice, warmth. Nice walking weather, man. Go for a nice walk. Walking. Yeah. So, really loving the weather. And it's sunny. Getting that vitamin D into you, Yeah, it's great. The weather's been great, I have to say, But yeah, I think for sure there's some kind of ragweed thing going. I know a friend of mine is plagued by ragweed right now, and I think I might be too. Like I think I might have some of that allergy response to it as well because I've been sneezing, and obviously you could tell, I think, with my voice that it's all like, it's definitely nasally, So, yeah, but other than that, it's all good. There, I just added a lot of black in there, Mr. Black in there, and I'm gonna do the same here. Because I'm building to something. This part's going to be mostly dark here, this side, and it's going to get lighter as it goes down. But mostly on the top here, it's going to be dark. And I'm doing that with the tree as well here. Adding some hatching and a little bit of cross hatching, but not much. Making that much darker, adding the contrast, making things darker. My chair. Yeah. Listen to that. It sounds like a dying animal. Listen to it. You ever hear anything like that? That's crazy. Okay. Almost done, guys. Almost done with this new Zombie Pinup Diva. Man, I didn't even know I was going to do all of these tonight. I had a lot of different things on the agenda to do. But yeah, I was like, oh yeah, I really need to do these. I really need to get these done because I wanted to do them. I had them, started already. I had them started already, and I was hoping I could get some of them worked on because yeah, the time is a ticking. Time is a chicken. Time is a chicken on this. I want to get them. I want to get them done by the date promised, because that's the fool I am. I'm not gonna. You know what? I don't. I'm sure no one gives a flying fig either way if I have the 1100th Zombie Pinup Diva posted on Halloween. I'm sure no one on planet Earth cares. But you know what? That has never mattered to me before. I care. I said it. I promised it. Whether people are expecting it or not, whether they care about it or not, I'm doing it. And that's the whole thing about deadlines. That too, where you just you get it done because you said you're going to get it done. And man, like a lot of times you don't see that happening on Earth anymore. With people, like people's words do not mean much anymore. So you really want to keep that, and you really want to keep that going, and that's what helps you move forward. That's what really helps you move forward as an artist too. Is keeping your word, keeping your deadline. This, like, art is as an ancient a study as anything else on earth, man. And if you want to talk about the prestige and the just one of a kindness of art, and the things that go into it and behind it, and because of it, a lot of it is due to being on time. Getting a project done, getting a piece of art finished, things of that nature, right? Because you want it to exist. The very fabric of what it is needing to exist, right? So you have to make that happen, get it done, and I could use some of that advice myself right now with Cape Fear too. But that's coming. That's coming. It really is. There's no abandonment for that. I just, haven't worked on it in a while, and I really mean to get back to it for sure. But yeah, like your art is important. Your word is important. Or it should be. Or if it is, if it isn't, then is it affecting anything, And if it doesn't, you might not be in the place you want to be. Make sense of that. There's some Steiner math for you. References, I say. Adding little nice, sorry guys, adding nice little details into there, into that bottom part. Just like over here, putting those little, I got those nice little leaves and those little branch details in there and stuff. So I'm going to do the same over here for balance sake, and for, hey, just stuff to look at. Just some nice little details to look at, little sort of lines and directional lines and interesting hatch lines. And then I'm going to kind of do this, which is basically the shadow of her leg here, of her this leg, the front leg, coming in, and I'm going to be There. There. Now there's a bit of a shadow there, and I might go over that even more and make it butterier with a pigment liner, just to make that a little more buttery, less liney and more buttery. Yeah, butter. Yeah. So and this again, this as you can see is cross hatching. Using some cross hatching techniques, quizzes. Teneriques. Maybe extending it a little bit. Maybe extending it out there a little bit too, because that's underneath as well. Some of the plants there. And then you know what? I could even go further and go another way of cross hatching, like just doing it another opposite way that you've done it already. You know, making it even darker with more lines. The proximity of the line actually creates the light dark effect, right? The proximity of the lines between each other, and I'm kind of doing a bunch of different line weights and things of that nature, because I can do it with this. This is an illustration, or this is a drawing that, again, I've been here before. I'm comfortable with the territory. I've done countless Zombie Pinup Divas before, and this one is one that is not one that it's like, oh, there's too many surprises for me, because I've already kind of done this kind of thing before. But again, it's different enough that it's always fun to do. Like, it's always fun to draw those little knots in the wood, and those little pieces of flesh, and those feather lines to describe the arm and the finger and things like that. Like, I love doing that, adding that stuff in so much, right? Because it's just so it just makes you feel good. It just makes you feel good, guys. What more can I say? Try it. I'm at a loss for words. It's one of those things. Makes you feel good. It conveys a message. It conveys a texture. It conveys a lot of things, right? So when you have something that's successful, a drawing that's successful because of your acumen or your expertise or your how many times you've kind of done that, and continuing to practice and make it better, that makes you feel great, Yeah. And then pulling off those things that you're doing, right? Making those things that you're doing work the way you want them to work is really rewarding. When it you love it when a plan comes together. Basically, that's the whole thing. Just gonna check the chat one more time, because I think I'm gonna call it an evening, guys. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to call it an evening. What time we have? Oh boy, 12:30. Eh? Well, oh my goodness! Look at what we got done. Look at what we got done tonight. Let's raise the camera here and get up, get on up, head up, head on up. Oh my goodness, we got 4 done. Wow, we got 4 Zombie Pinup Divas done. Oh my goodness, look at that. Like, I'm going to look at them again tomorrow and go like, oh, I'll probably put some this, that, the other thing in there, erase some things here and there. But theoretically, and for all intensive purposes, these are completed. So we got 4 Zombie Pinup Divas done. I just might make it. I might make it for Halloween. Yeah, and I really like these. I think they're great. I think they're very bold. They pop. I mean, you can see them from afar. They really read well. They have that nice contrast in them and all that stuff. Again, like there's little parts where I'm gonna maybe add a line here and there, whatever, before I scan them, before they're like finished. But I mean, for all intents and purposes, they are complete, and I really enjoy them. I really love them. I hope you guys really enjoyed and loved watching me do them, and maybe picked up some tips and or tricks and or tips and tricks, or some bits and bytes here and there for some of the inking flourishes, some of the hatching, cross hatching, seeing me kind of do that, seeing me add little details and things into the wood, and texturize all of the items and all of the design elements and all that stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna erase a bit of this stuff, or maybe add a little bit to it tomorrow morning before I go in and scan them all. But yeah, there they are, guys. I hope you really enjoyed tonight's drawing evening with the Zombie Pinup Divas. It's ladies' night at in the studio tonight with the Zombie Pinup Divas. So yeah, thank you guys for watching so much. Please subscribe to the channel. Please check out Zombie Daily and Zombie Portraits, zombieportraits.com. And I will see you guys again very soon. I can't wait. We'll do more zombie art, more zombie tutorials, more art tutorials, and all of that fun stuff. All right. Best wishes.